We're not even editing this one, so you can just enjoy it for whatever it's like.
No problem.
Oh, yeah. So as we forgot, and I'm not sure how we even managed to forget this one. We ended up doing a little horse trading, so to speak, on Marketplace. And like I said, I don't even know how we forgot about this one. But Friday, we did some horse trading, and I picked up a 1973 Ford Grand Torino Fastback. I've wanted one for a really long time, and finally got the opportunity to grab one. The car is about 2.5, almost 3 hours south of here. So got a truck and trailer together. Me and Brad, we rolled down there to pick it up the other day, and as always, my luck with a lot of things. Old Johnny Law just happened to grace us with his presence. And, you know, you gotta love police officers. I've never had real good, pleasant experiences with them, but we're gonna keep that part, you know, whatever. Anyways, what ended up happening was we got to our destination, and literally like 2 blocks away, and the guy did tell us, hey, the GPS might send you to the wrong address. So if you go somewhere and you don't see the Studebakers, you know you're not at the right place. Well, me being distracted because I'm a car nerd, we pull into this private property lot, which I thought was the place because we saw a bunch of old cars there. And there was a King Cobra Mustang sitting there, and I've wanted one forever. So right away I'm distracted, right? And this guy comes out and he's like, hey, you know, this is private property. Needless to say, that wasn't the place we were supposed to be. The guy ended up actually showing up that we were supposed to meet at this guy's house. He saw us coming down the road, I guess. Anyways, Brad's still in the truck. I hop back in the truck. We turn around. We're following guy. We're like 2 blocks away. We come up to a stop sign. I see old Johnny Law across the road in his black Exploder, you know. And I happened to realize that when we left, because the dude said he was literally just a minute down the road, I forgot to put my seatbelt back on. And so we turned left and we turned right immediately. We stop at guy's house and he's like, hey, would you mind dropping this car off where our shop's at? And I said, well, how far away is that? And he's like, it's like a mile down the road. I'm like, yeah, no problem. We can drop it off there. We'll pick up the Torino. And anyways, we get back in the truck. I put my seatbelt on. We take off. And we literally are turning the corner, and I go, oh, look, of course, you know, the cop's behind me. We turn one more corner, sure enough, lights are, you know, berries and cherries are flashing at us. I pull over the side of the road, he comes up to me, and magically the trailer plate wasn't coming back as registered. And I told the guy, I said, look, buddy, it's a U-Haul trailer. I don't own the trailer. I don't know nothing about it. Well, do you have your rental agreement? Yeah, I've got my rental agreement. You mean to tell me in the 3 seconds that he could see our license plate, he ran the plate? I don't think that's what it was. I think he saw me without my, you know, seatbelt on and was going to try to nail me, but we had already stopped and I had put it back on. Couldn't nail me for that, apparently. Asking us all kinds of questions, where we're going. Let's be honest, is it any of your business? I'm sorry, but if you're a cop, I don't care. Where I'm going is none of your business. Just how I feel about things. Anyways, he asked me, he goes, well, how's your day going? And I told him, I said, it was going great till I saw you in my rear view mirror flashing your lights at me. Kind of gives me an odd look, but he goes after this guy. I mean, he hating on Brad. I don't know what it was about Brad, but he didn't like him at all, dude.
No.
But anyways, we'll get past all that bullshit. We ended up getting away, and there was no issues with anything. So anyways, we get to dude's house. I mean, I don't know if the humidity in that specific area was like 10,000%, but man, me and Brad, we were just sweating like we came out of the pool, you know? It was just, wow, all of a sudden it got hotter than shit. Well, anyways, we get this car loaded up, some parts and everything else, and we drove almost 3 hours home. And I happened to notice the next day I unloaded the car and the parts and everything here at the house. I pressure washed the car. And as I had more time to look things over, I was just kind of curious what I got myself into. Because I always get myself into holes way deeper than I can jump out of. Which is fine. I mean, it's all part of the experience, you know?
His experience.
Yes. I love shit boxes. And just old ones. Well, anyways, I happened to notice. I know the story the guy told me that supposedly the body was off the frame on this car at some point, but you know, people talk. But anyways, yeah, the body was off the frame. I actually was able to look up the previous owner's name that was on the title from like 8 years ago, whatever it was. Guy never registered it. And I found pictures of the car from the previous owner where the body was off the chassis. And anyways, the part that I really laughed really hard about is.
Can I jump in?
Yeah.
When we picked the car up, they said they had just set the motor in onto the chassis there, just sitting there, and so he knew that coming in. Now you can, so that was it.
So as I was browsing, looking at all this stuff, I I happened to notice, I looked down at the bottom of the firewall, and I happened to notice there was no body bushing or bolt going through the frame into the body. And I was like, that's interesting. So I go around the driver's side because the front wheel wells are out of the car, so you can see down where the body bolts are, where the firewall is at. And I happened to notice that that side was missing too. I think you can kind of guess where this is going. So then I crawl underneath the car and I look, and sure enough, all the body bushings are gone, and there's no bolts. So in case you're wondering what I'm getting at is the body was literally just laying on the frame of the car. There was nothing holding the weight of the body, or I should say the body of the car to the frame. It literally was just chilling out on the frame. Now, I mean, it did have the steering column hooked up. However, they didn't have it bolted in place. It's literally just the shaft is slid right into the column. Nothing is tight. Now, I guess what I'm getting at here is there was a few times on the trip home, you know, we're going right along down the road up some very steep hills and some wild, rough roads where the car was bouncing significantly. I know this is far-fetched, but I mean, there is that possibility that the body of the car was to come off the chassis going down the road. I mean,
we're shifted. And
we were using a U-Haul trailer, and if you've used a U-Haul trailer, you know that the tie downs on those is literally just the wheel straps on the front, and they have the chain that goes over the rear axle. But obviously, there's nothing holding the body. I mean, the body literally was just on the frame. That's it. Nothing else holding it on. And I just laughed really hard. I was like, you know, I can't believe we even forgot to tell you guys this. Like, I mean, all it would have taken is some, like, crazy incident where I turned too sharp or something. I mean, I know the body is heavy, but I mean, there is a small possibility the body could have just shifted and fell off the chassis going down the road. That is a first. I mean, I've owned hundreds of cars. That is the first time I've ever had that happen where somebody just left the body on the frame of the car, and thank God the fucking body didn't flying off going down the road. That would have made for a very interesting story. However, financially, I would have been quite upset about it. Just putting that out there. So, just wanted to share our weekly excitement with you. And like I said, I can't believe we forgot that. But that was interesting, to say the least. And as far as the motor and trans goes, oh yeah. We were told the motor and tranny was, you know, sitting in the car. Well, it was my understanding that just the motor was sitting in the car. I was under the assumption that the transmission, the drive shaft, all that was there. It was in the car. It was just the motor itself was plopped in there. No. It's literally a motor and tranny. It's just kind of chucked in there, and, you know, there you go.
Yeah, everything's kind of just set in there.
Oh, God. But, you know, I wanted the car. I've got the car. We're going to do something with it. I know a lot of people have rolled their eyes already that know me that have said it, and I've brought it up to a couple other people. I think it needs a 4BT Cummins motor. Just, you know, just throwing it out there. I mean, if we're going to spend $7-10 grand on a fucking V8 for it, why don't we just throw a 4BT Cummins in it? How many 73 grand Torino fastbacks have you seen with a Cummins motor? I mean, it is a full frame car. I mean, what does a factory 351 make anyway, horsepower wise? Nothing, you know. I mean, it's a heavy car. I think I looked it up on Google the other day. I think it weighs like 5,000 pounds. You gotta have something to move that freaking dead animal with. You know, I mean, it might piss some of the collectors off out there, but I mean, let's be honest. I mean, to make that car absolutely perfect, it would cost a fortune. I mean, it's got a nice, you know, nice enough body on it, and the chassis is nice, but I think a 4-cylinder Cummins with a hood stack sounds way better to me. That's why it's a good thing I'm not a millionaire, because I literally would go buy like a Hemi Daytona and rip the motor out of it and put like a twin turbo Cummins motor in it, just to purely piss off the enthusiast out there.
It's not the first time I've heard this from. Many times I've heard.
I mean,
this.
I would drive it year round. I mean, I'd put snow tires on it. I could care less, and throw sandbags in the trunk for traction. I mean, the worst day of the year, and I would drive it. I would not care. You know, I mean, it's just the way I am. So, anyways, I just wanted to share that with you, and you guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you next weekend. Have fun. All right. Yeah, I fucking saw that on that fucking Torino, and I'm like, oh my god.